Best antique as an old friend means you look after your friends very well, and you also look after antiques very well. You treasure them, you nurture them.
It's like old friends. I mean, you have to value your old friend and cherish your friendship.
呢間歐洲古董店嘅老闆 Simon 同 Peter 係相識10幾年嘅老朋友。Simon 喺英國讀會計同 IT， 而嚟自東德嘅 Peter 就讀中國研究。畢業之後，一個做會計師，一個從事機器貿易工作，完全同古董都無關。
Well, we've been collecting for quite a while European antiques, and then we realized that unlike the other Asian metropolis like Tokyo, Shanghai, even Beijing now,
I realized like nothing like this in Hong Kong exists. So I thought like maybe we will have a market niche if we open a shop in Hong Kong. It was just a concept last year before we opened this shop.
It's beautiful to see people coming in and they stay here for an hour, sometimes 1.5 hours, wandering around. Some ladies you could like compare, they are like girls in a candy shop, which makes me very happy.
Hello Peter, hi Simon. Now I know both of you has been, friends for over 10 years. How did this interest came about, you having such passion in the European antique? How did you get that interest?
Right. I think for me it was a little bit easier because I grew up in Germany, actually in East Germany, and close to Meissen, where these lovely pieces come from. So the passion started quite early. I think for you it's a bit different.
For me, yeah, it's a bit different. I used to study in the UK, and during my free time or holidays, I used to love traveling around the whole country, going to antique markets and antique shops.
So how do you actually determine the price of a piece of antique then?
Well, it comes with over time. So, for example, if you take this lady, for example, you can find these at certain auctions. You can find them in antique shops, and then you compare the price. Yeah. And the same goes for.
Yeah, I think with the make, the brand, and the age and the quality, like these 4 elements.
Right.
So I know this figurine that we're talking about here is from a very famous brand that, I think she basically is the most expensive European antique ceramic, right?
Correct.
So how old is she then?
Well, the actual mold, because for these figurines, they develop a mold and then they can reproduce them. So the mold itself is from 1898. So it's actually an Art Nouveau piece. And it was made by a gentleman called Walter Schott. And straight away in 1899, I think, in Dresden, he won a prestigious award for her. And this particular piece now is, you can see this from the mark, what's on the back. The mark is a little bit different. It's between 1924 and 34, so you actually also see now you can date these pieces as well. Yeah.
So I could even see from here that everything is very intricate, like even the leaves here, they're very 3D. I mean, I'm thinking it's very tough to do because they have to do it piece by piece.
Right. Actually, you're very correct. Every single leaf is stenciled out, and then they put this there. And not only this, I mean, the colorations for every single leaf, every piece is nicely painted. When you look at how the dress falls, it doesn't just fall, but it also the different colorations of different shades. And the gold here is 24 karat gold, so it's real gold. It's all yes.
Yeah, even though she's almost 100 years old, but she still look very well for her age.
Yes, I think
it's beautiful.
A lot of Hong Kong ladies, they would love to know her secret. And it's not one of those famous brands that you always hear. It's, she has good friends who don't push her around.
Exactly. And this tea set here, tell me, how old is this tea set here?
Well, actually, it's not too old. The actual design of it is quite old, but this particular set is actually from the 1960s.
Yeah.
They produce a mold, and then they produce also the system of painting them, and this has been like often developed like many years ago. When you think about it, a plate like this, how long does it take to paint it?
Yeah.
Every single piece, and again, you know, gold dots in between.
So where do you source your antiques from?
Most of the pieces we get from Germany. We have very good contacts there because I'm from close by, and we've built them up over many years. And some of the really very special items, they are very expensive to get in Germany. But in the US right now, we also find some very lovely pieces and very different pieces as well. Yeah.
其實呢度好適合一啲啱啱開始學收藏古董嘅朋友嚟入貨，因為價錢好平易近人。呢一個1920年嘅法國水晶燭台係店主喺一個法國 art dealer 度揾翻嚟嘅，全人手做，連上面嘅花式圖案都係人手繪畫，係一個好典型嘅 art deco 設計。而呢一對德雷斯頓燈都係1920年嘅出品，上面嘅圖案係用24K 金畫嘅，係店主喺拍賣會度競投翻嚟嘅。但係講到歷史悠久，都唔及呢一套3件，大概喺1907年製造嘅純銀茶具。雖然隔咗成100年，但係都保存得非常完好。而呢度一套9幅嘅英國彩色手繪版畫，係1936年嘅出品，當時只有黑白印刷，所以全部都係人手後期上色。版畫喺古時多數係皇室貴族嗰種階級先會有，所以比較珍貴。
Now I know you also do period living interior design and like Art Nouveau style or British Victorian style.
Right.
What kind of people that comes to you to do that mostly?
Well, the idea was born out of with the same questions in mind, like when we opened the shop. When you go to the UK, when you go to the US, you can see magazines that have this kind of idea of period living. So, for example, the wallpaper that we have here, or even sometimes the switches that can be made of brass. It doesn't have to be all old. I mean, you can also source the matching modern things. I mean, they're not modern, but they're basically made in the classic style.
古董店面積雖然唔係好大，不過入邊個裝修咧就帶一份歐洲嘅古宅味，感覺好舒服。最適合就係慢慢行同埋慢慢欣賞啲古董，仲可以同2位老闆一齊講下每一件古董嘅背後嘅歷史同埋故事，話唔定你會揾到個樂趣咧。